Hi guys, this is my first video blog for the Happiness Cocktail, and I wanted to kind of do three of kind. So, you know, we're always looking at so many different things and it's hard to compare and it's hard to pick. So I thought by doing a three of a kind, like a different three things every week and telling you a little bit about them, it could be kind of fun. So I thought to kick things off, I would start with books because I have been reading a lot lately, and I guess because I'm doing the whole meditation, yoga, chillaxing kind of thing, it kind of could be good to kick this off with three kind of books that resemble that I've read lately. So the first one is Meditations to Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Now, Louise Hay is pretty famous when it comes to kind of, she's, I guess, the queen of positivity. You wouldn't probably get anyone that's as positive as her. And the amazing thing is she was diagnosed with cancer years ago and managed to heal herself from it just because of the laws of attraction and positivity. And she really kind of focused on affirmations and since then has built an entire empire on it. So this is her latest book, Meditations to Heal Your Life, and it's really adorable because you know those days when sometimes you're just feeling flat or you're feeling a little bit shit and you just need something to remind you that it's all going to be okay. And this is kind of one of these books, and the beauty of it is it's not like a read page by page thing, it's just you literally open up. For example, I just opened up and it was a little thing on holidays, which is so perfect timing for me because I'm about to embark on going to Manila in a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to South Africa at the beginning of next year. So holidays are a big part, and this is what she says as well, like you often open it on a page that you just need something. So it says, holidays are happy times for me, which of course it is. And then she goes on to talk about what holidays are and just a little bit about that and why you should be grateful for the little things in life or the big things like holidays. Just flick to another page here and it's, I am the responsible power in my life, and then a little blurb about it. Now, what I really like about this book is it's great for when you don't have a lot of time or you don't feel like actually sitting down and reading a book cover to cover, but you just want something that is going to just kind of give you a little bit of an uplift, which we all want. We all love that. What I don't like about the book is that sometimes, like for me, you kind of want more information. You kind of, you want more. You might find something that really piques your interest, I guess, and then it's only a little blurb on it. But, you know, in a way, that's just what this book's all about. It's just small little snippets of things to make you feel good. If you haven't read You Can Heal Your Life, which is probably her biggest book to date, it's kind of insane and you need to, because it talks about all these amazing things. Like if you've got a sore throat, you know, it's all about communication and what you're not saying, which I learned about actually in my meditation course when we touched on chakras, and it all kinds of starts to tie together, which is a little bit nuts. However, I reckon I rate this book about a 6 out of 10. It's really good. It's great if you want just a little bit of uplifting and you kind of want something that you don't have to read cover to cover. Although for me, I kind of like something a little bit more meaty. I want something with a little bit more of a storyline to it, I guess. Which brings me to my number two pick for this week, which is The Celestine Prophecy. Now, my dad has had this on our bookshelf at my parents' house. Oh my gosh, for I reckon like years and years and years, and I never looked at it, and I would look at it and I would think, oh, that looks like a boring book. What's that about? Anyway, it came to me because my sister read it, and so she was like, "You've got to read this book. It's really amazing. It's perfect, kind of when you start on this journey, I guess, if you want to call it that." Anyway, I read it and it's amazing. I think it's amazing for me because, as I talked about the other day in that post, you know, books kind of find you when you need them most, and they're the ones that resonate with you the most. You can pick up a book and it might just not seem great or you can't get into it, but then someone else might love it. And I honestly think that so much of it has to do just with where you're at. So for me, I loved this book. It's got a lot of hidden meaning in it, and if you were kind of into your spirituality, I guess, then this is really going to ring true to you. Otherwise, it's just going to seem like my boyfriend tried to read it and just was like, I don't get it. I don't get why you love it so much. So, but basically, it's set in Peru, and it's a great read. And I think that, you know, it's a bit of a classic these days. You know, it's sold millions of copies around the world, and I definitely think it's worth a read. So that's The Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield. And the book that I'm currently reading, so I probably jumped the gun reviewing it a little bit sooner than I thought, but I just thought, oh, bugger it, is Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. Now, this is another kind of big book that most people have read, and Eckhart Tolle is, I guess, a spiritual leader. He's won a Nobel Peace Prize, and you can log on to his website. He does podcasts, he does all these amazing things, and he's a really amazing man. So this book, The Power of Now, is an absolute winner because it's all about teaching us to live in the moment, and it's all about spiritual enlightenment, it says here. But if you're not into any of that stuff, it's just really interesting because it really teaches you to not worry about all that peripheral stuff that we think about, and just really focus on now and what's happening in our life now, rather than looking into the future or looking into the past, which so many of us do, carry all our baggage and all our shit with us, and we don't need to. So this is a really amazing book, and another one that my wonderful sister told me to read. She's a little bit further ahead than I am at this kind of stuff, but it's a #1 New York Times bestseller. There's like over 2 million copies sold. I'm pretty sure most of you would have actually heard of this. So if you've read it and you've heard of it, I'd really love to hear your feedback, because I'd love to start some kind of a dialogue about these books, and if you've read them or if you've even heard of them, and what you think of them, because that's what this is all about. So I'm really enjoying this book. It's not like The Celestine Prophecy. This is like a novel. This is a story. This has a storyline to it. Whereas this is set out like a question and answer type thing, and it delves into all kinds of really interesting topics and points. So I'm really excited to finish it. But yeah, that's my top 3. So 3 of a kind for this week is, I guess, spiritual books that I'm kind of reading or have read now. And I want to know what you guys think of them. Have you read any of these? Do you want to read any of these? Or are you more of like a chit-lit girl, not interested in any of this kind of weird stuff? Although it's not weird at all, it's amazing. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think. Tell me if you've read them, all that stuff. Love to hear your thoughts, and looking forward to seeing you soon. Have a great weekend. Bye.